Tell me about LSU and what that did for you personally and now professionally as you carve out this part of your career here.
LSU was great. At first I went to Florida State, so I committed to Florida State out of high school. First 2 years, I progressed, but I wasn't progressing how I really liked to. So I went down to Baton Rouge. They had like a winning tradition. They had a couple of 400-meter runners that was a little faster than me at the time, and I seen how the coach was developing people. So I was like, okay, if I can step in, then they can do the same with me. But once I got in there, all my coaches hold me accountable completely. It kind of reminded me of like my high school environment. Tigers, winning, a lot of winning, and coaches that just hold you accountable. So I came straight in, and they worked me to death, held me accountable. I got faster. I dropped almost like a second and some change. I got to get on a couple of relays, race a couple of teammates, and I still got teammates that I see and compete against internationally. So it's a great environment. You had everything from great facilities, one of the best tracks in America, and we're always like a top 5 team in the country. So I feel like I could compete for a national title as a team and try to get one as myself. And I knew the coaches could prepare me to run professionally because they had that experience with pros before me. And even my assistant coach, Benny Brazil, was an Olympian too. So I knew they could put me on the right stage to go out there and compete. It was great.
Yeah, life in that Baton Rouge, New Orleans area is, I guess, pretty unique is the best way to describe it. It's a lot different from home here in the 757, isn't it?
For sure, it's super country down there. Like, it's different. So people a lot more country. Football is big. Football is big in our area too. But like, I feel like the fans at LSU is really crazy, and that's the first time I feel like going somewhere and they represent every single sport. So it don't matter if you're track and field or football, it's like it's one family. So you could be walking down the street and someone to stop you like, hey, I seen you run at Texas Relays this weekend. That's great. Or you can be in a bar on campus and they'll be showing the track meet from the past weekend that you just left from less than 24 hours ago. So it just felt like the school was just super celebrating every single sport that went on. So I love the tradition of Baton Rouge and the Tigers and the passion of it. It was great. The weather was nice. Can't really ask for much more better than that, but definitely it was country though.
I'm sure you found some good places to eat at as well.
For sure. Great food. We had a lot of tailgates that'd be good. The SEC tailgates are the best by far. Like everybody has a lot of drinks, food, everything. You'll get crawfish, jambalaya, every single thing. They have I found some new stuff called king cake. They have the king cake, which is like a cake with Mardi Gras type of stuff. It has like good filling on it. It's legit. So like it looks like it's glitter on the cake basically. So it's a good cake. But I found a lot of good dishes out there and a lot of good places to eat for sure.
Yeah, I think I've seen on those New Orleans basketball games, they have that big king baby thing where it goes out in the little mascot on the court.
Yeah, that's it right there. So that's the same kind of theme. But just the history of New Orleans and Louisiana as a whole, like this, it's like a lot of tradition out there. So you kind of feel it when you're out there, and you kind of miss it. Like if you're not there, you kind of miss it, and you want to go back all the time. So it's just like a great tradition, and everyone's nice, and it's treat you like family. It's amazing.
A few more for you, Michael Cherry, our guest here from Oscar Smith High School in Chesapeake, went to Florida State, then LSU, and now getting ready for the Tokyo Olympics to try to bring home some gold for the U.S. of A. Our guest here on the VirginiaPreps.com Zoomcast, and also heard here on ESPN Radio 94.1 during 757 Saturday Sports Talk. We got rapid fire from Michael before we let him go as well. And people from here in the 757 who may not watch the Olympics or ordinarily pay attention to it, Michael, they're watching it very closely now with you and Grant Holloway and other guys that have been from here, but specifically you and Grant, I think, here being from Chesapeake, Grassfield, you went to Oscar Smith. What's that mean to you now that people are paying extra attention to it because of you guys?
I feel like it's great, man. I feel like people should have been watching because I feel like we've been doing a lot for so long. So now I feel like you got 2 guys from the area that can actually medal. And Grant is a world record holder from indoors too. So, man, I feel like it's 2 young, exciting athletes. We're going to go out there, give it our best. And, I think it's just amazing just to hear the support. I went on Twitter and I seen Wavy News 10, like, tweeting every time I advanced through the rounds. Larry Obama showed me so much respect and wrote up a couple articles on me. So just the support from the whole area is amazing. And you already know, like, 757 is always very supportive. So this is great.
Yeah, Larry's the very best when it comes to covering track and field athletes across our state of Virginia. Does an excellent job, and it's great to see all the media coverage for you, Michael. And you gotta really marvel when you see some of the stuff Grant does. I mean, you're doing some special stuff as well. I look at Grant every time he does something, your jaw drops. That was the way he was in high school, and it continues to be to this day.
Amazing. Yeah, I seen Grant maybe when he was like 14, 15. So it's crazy to see how he developed into that same athlete. But he was a freak then, and man, he's still a freak of an athlete now. So it's great. He's amazing.
All you guys have different changes, though, as you go from high school to college to pro. For you specifically, though, Michael, how are you different as a sprinter from your time at high school to now?
In high school, I feel like I was just raw. Like I didn't come from like a track background. So a lot of people that run track been running track since they've been like 5 or 6 or like kids. It's in their family. Me, I was pretty much raw. So I could barely do hurdle drills. I didn't have any technique. I wasn't as strong. I was just a hard worker. So now I feel like I'm more like in tune with it. Like I'm more in tune with my body. I know more stuff about the sport. I'm a better athlete overall. I know my event more. I'm faster. I'm stronger. I'm bigger. Just not the same guy at all. I always say if I see myself in high school, I'd be amazed at that person, but I would completely blow myself out the water. Like it wouldn't be close.
How's the preparation for this event, knowing the whole world's watching and the Olympics? It's a different animal entirely. I mean, take me through your steps to get ready first prior to Tokyo, and then when you get there, you don't treat it like any other event, do you?
For me, I don't really like hold other events with more pressure than the other. I feel like at the end of the day, I've been doing what I've been doing, and I've done what I did to get me here at this point. So I just need to keep it calm and just think it's a track meet. It's 400 meters. We've been running 400 meters literally since you've been 16, 15 years old. You just have more people watching now. So that's the only difference. More people watching, more cameras out there. But if you go out there and execute how you've been doing for the past 10 years, then there's no way you can mess something up. So I like to look at it like that. Even going into Olympic trials, I see a lot of people making a lot of pressure out of people making videos. Like I waited 5 years for this. And me, I was kind of just thinking like, I just ran a 400 2 weeks ago. Like what's going to change between 2 weeks and now? Only thing is I'm going to be a little sharper because my coach is preparing me. But I have great coaching. I have one of the best coaches in history of 400 meters, which is John Smith. He was a 440 world record holder. Had a bunch of Olympians and world champions before that. So I feel like he does a good job of preparing me at practice and giving me the confidence to say, okay, I can go out here and compete and go against anybody in the world. Just having that confidence and knowing, yeah, it's a bigger meet, but at the end of the day, you still have to run 400 meters. And the people you've seen, I feel like I've seen every single person. I go to a lot of meets already and I race a lot of big races. So those people can't really show me anything different from what I've seen before. So we don't need to change anything different or go with a different mindset. Just focus, and I think I can handle it.
Good deal. You gotten to size up the competition yet?
I seen a couple of them. So one of the guys, which is second in the world, well, the first two, the first and second in the world, I raced at USA, so Olympic trials. So the guy that beat me, he's number 2 in the world, and the guy that got third, he's number 1 in the world right now. So I feel like it's going to be a toss-up once we get to the games and see who could get through the rounds. And then we have the world record holder, Wade Van Niekerk. He's coming back right now. He's from South Africa. He's been looking pretty good. And we're going to have a couple more people, but I think the final is going to be fireworks. It's going to be one of the best finals like it's been.
Listen, I told someone the other day that there's nothing wrong with exciting moments in baseball, basketball, football, hockey, soccer, you name the sport. But to me, even though it's a quick race, whether it's track and field athlete races or even horse racing, when it comes down to the wire, that's as good as it gets, I think, in sports. The last, 15, 20 seconds or something.
For sure. I feel like track, a lot of people don't really watch tracks. They don't really know. But once you actually get into it and see it, if you're watching the sprinter events, it's pretty fun seeing people go out there and battle and just fight to the end. And if you don't really want to watch distance because it's boring, if you watch that last lap, it's going to be amazing and exciting. You're going to see people really go out there and gut it out and put everything on the line. You see some people dive, fall. People do all types of things to get the win. So it's amazing. Track and field is beautiful when you actually understand it.
Final one, we thank you so much for doing this with us here, and then we'll have some rapid fire. They're really tricky questions. What would the 26-year-old Michael Cherry, I believe you're 26, right?
Yes.
What would the 26-year-old Michael Cherry tell the 16-year-old Michael Cherry?
Man, focus, stay on the path, and stay disciplined. I feel like a lot of times when I was younger, I lost discipline when I first got to college, so I took some years down, and just to get back to where I wanted to be, I definitely tell my younger self, stay disciplined, focus, and just make sure you do everything you can do to be the best athlete you can, and enjoy the moment. So all the success you get, enjoy the moment, but make sure you get back to work and keep working hard.
Great food for thought. Well, you ready to play some rapid fire with us?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it with Michael Cherry from Oscar Smith High School in Chesapeake, LSU, going for gold in the upcoming Tokyo Olympics with the United States of America. All right, Michael, favorite TV show?
I don't know if I can say TV show, but I have to say Queen's Gambit off Netflix. I like that. It was like a series.
Okay. What's the last movie you watched?
Last movie I watched, it was Fast 9. It wasn't a good movie either.
Wasn't a good movie? All right, you give it 2 thumbs down. That's the Siskel and Ebert, Michael Cherry version of the movie ratings. What's your go-to hype song? What's your go-to song or hype song?
Hype song, it have to be Little Baby, My Turn, the whole album. I love the whole album.
Someone else just gave me Little Baby during Rapid Fire.
Yeah, Little Baby, My Turn, for sure.
It's really popular right now. All right. 100 degrees or snowing?
100 degrees. I hate cold. That's why I went to all schools in the South.
Okay. Coolest person you've met in your life?
Coolest person I met in my life. I have to say my coach, my current coach right now. He's amazing. He's cool. Super
Coach
chill.
Smith?
Don't get too crazy, and he's always calm. So
Coach Sean Smith, you mean?
Yeah. Nah, if you mean like famous person,
It could be anybody. Just coolest person you've met in your life.
yeah, I have to say my coach right now. My current coach is pretty
Good deal. How about the one person you haven't met that you want to meet?
I want to meet Kevin Durant.
Figured you would go with KD since you said that earlier. All right, or kind of hinted at that earlier. All right, I give you a mulligan. Something in life you could do over. What would you choose?
I would try to play football.
All right. Get a state championship ring, right? And maybe
I'll try to play football for years, for sure.
There you go. A few more. Most treasured piece of memorabilia you currently have. What is it?
For myself, it'd have to be my medals. My medals or a medal box. Like Nike made a carved wooden box that you can put your medals and your flags in. It has your name been carved on it. So that might be my favorite thing.
Good deal. And I said currently because we know it's going to change here soon. Hopefully.
Yeah. Sure.
What animal would pose the biggest challenge to Michael Cherry in a race?
A cheetah. That's strong, easily.
Yeah, gotta be a cheetah, right? All right. Last two. You're trapped in a foxhole. What person would you like to have in there with you to get you out?
Ooh, I would have to say my mother. She's very smart and crafty.
There you go.
She find a way to get out anywhere. Like
that's a smart son. Pick mom, no doubt. And then lastly, I don't know that you have a nickname, but if you could give yourself a nickname, what would it be?
Give myself a nickname. My old college teammate calls me Louis Bag C.
Louis Bag C?
Louis Bag C, because when it's time to get the money, I always step up. So Louis Bag C, Louis Vuitton bag, Michael Cherry.
That is Louis Bag C going for gold with Team USA in the Olympics coming up. You can watch it on NBC starting Friday, July 23rd through Sunday, August 8th. Michael, congrats on so much thus far. I know much more is coming in your way in your future. We wish you all the best and definitely stay in touch.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you. That's Michael Cherry, our guest from Oscar Smith High School. LSU Tiger, as well as an Oscar Smith Tiger, going to represent Team USA in the Olympics. Our guest here on the VirginiaPreps.com Zoomcast, also available on YouTube and heard right here on ESPN Radio 94.1.